Hey everyone, and welcome back to All About AI Tech. Today, we're tackling a topic that's absolutely fundamental to understanding the current AI boom: transformer models. Now, you've probably heard of ChatGPT, right? That amazing chatbot that can write poems, answer your questions, and even generate code? Well, the secret sauce behind its seemingly magical abilities is the transformer architecture. Imagine a neural network that doesn't process information sequentially, step by step, like older models. Instead, a transformer uses something called attention to look at all parts of the input simultaneously, weighing the importance of each word or element. This allows it to capture complex relationships between elements, regardless of how far apart they are in the sequence. Think of it like this. When you read a sentence, you don't just focus on one word at a time. You grasp the context of the whole sentence. Transformers do the same thing, making them incredibly powerful for understanding and generating human-like language. And that's just scratching the surface. The implications go far beyond chatbots. We're going to be exploring some seriously cool stuff today, so let's get started. The Transformers story begins in 2017 with a groundbreaking paper, Attention is All You Need. This paper, published by a team at Google Brain and the University of Toronto, introduced the world to this revolutionary architecture and literally changed the game for AI. Before Transformers, most sequence models relied on recurrent neural networks, RNNs, or LSTMs. RNNs work sequentially, processing one word at a time, which is slow and struggles with long sentences. Transformers, on the other hand, are massively parallel, allowing them to process everything at once. This breakthrough made them significantly faster, especially for long text sequences, and hugely more efficient to train. This meant that the development of models like GPT and BERT became possible, unleashing a wave of new AI capabilities. The attention mechanism is particularly remarkable. It's like the model is assigning a degree of importance to each piece of information, creating weighted importance for processing, similar to how our brains prioritize relevant information when reading a complex sentence. This clever approach to weighted information management made it possible to build LLMs of unimaginable scale and capacity. It's a truly pivotal moment in AI history, and we'll be taking a closer look at exactly how this technology works throughout this video. Let's move on. Now that we've covered the fundamentals, let's talk about two of the most famous transformer-based models, BERT and GPT. BERT, or bidirectional encoder representations from transformers, is an encoder-only model. Think of an encoder like a sophisticated understanding engine. It takes input text, like a sentence, and creates rich vector representations of each word, capturing its meaning and context from the entire sentence. This bidirectional aspect of BERT is key, allowing it to consider information from both before and after a given word and to understand entire sequences. This gave it a huge advantage for tasks like question answering and sentiment analysis. Remember, BERT doesn't generate text, it understands it. GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, on the other hand, is a decoder-only model. The decoder acts more like a generation engine. It's often used to produce text, predict the next word in a sequence, and master NLG tasks. Think about ChatGPT, that's a GPT-based model. This ability to generate text made it a hit for creating human-like content and powering chatbots. These two architectures represent different approaches to using transformers, and they've each driven amazing innovations across AI. As we move forward, we'll look at how these models are actually built and used in practical scenarios. So, stay tuned. One of the key secrets to the success of both BERT and GPT is their approach to training, called pre-training and fine-tuning. Pre-training is like giving a model a broad education in language. You feed it massive amounts of text data, think terabytes or even petabytes, and the model learns to predict the next word in a sequence. This process creates a powerful foundational model that's already pretty good at understanding language, grasping the nuances of how language works. Think of it like giving someone a fundamental education in English. After fine-tuning, that really gives the model specific skills. This is where you take that pre-trained model and train it on a smaller, task-specific dataset, teaching it to perform that particular task. For example, you could pre-train a model broadly on books, and then fine-tune it to classify movie reviews as positive or negative. This approach allows you to leverage the general language understanding of pre-training and apply it to specific tasks. Think of it as giving someone further education in a specific area, like training a lawyer to be a criminal defense attorney. That two-stage training really boosts efficiency, and let's continue with the next section. Now, let's talk about how simple it's become to use transformer models, thanks to Hugging Face. Hugging Face is an incredible platform that provides access to a vast library of pre-trained transformer models and tools for building your own. This democratizes access to powerful AI in a way that was unthinkable just a few years ago. You can find models for practically any task imaginable: text classification, machine translation, question answering, and many, many more. Hugging Face makes it so straightforward. You don't need to be an AI expert. You can use their pre-trained models with minimal work. This is done through simple interfaces or APIs, which is a good example of how the machine learning ecosystem is working well in combining advanced modeling research to easy access technology that anyone can utilize. You can also fine-tune those pre-trained models for your own tasks. This level of accessibility has opened up advanced AI to a much broader range of users and fundamentally changed how ML development is performed. Their contributions to the AI ecosystem should not be underestimated, and it is clear to see the transformative effects these capabilities provide, from hobbyist projects to building AI-powered products in industry. Let's continue and move on to the next section. Even with all these advantages, using transformer models presents challenges. One major hurdle is handling variable length input sequences. Real-world data, documents, code, time series is rarely the same length. The usual solution is padding, where you add extra elements to make all sequences the same length before they are fed to the model. This wastes a lot of computational resources, and that means extra time and cost for you. However, there have been breakthroughs to address this challenge, and they largely focus on specialized attention mechanisms, which is the model's way of focusing on relevant bits of information. These optimized attention kernels can greatly improve efficiency. These techniques avoid padding entirely or carefully manage it, so the model can process variable length inputs efficiently. They include things like flash attention 2, a high-speed algorithm, and X-formers memory-efficient attention. Even with Hugging Face models, methods are beginning to appear which makes it possible to run optimized versions of those models even on varying length inputs without making any modifications to the core model itself. Those optimizations for handling variable length sequences are absolutely crucial for making transformer models more efficient, scalable, and ultimately more practical. As we move on to the next section, it's evident that progress in AI frequently comes not from creating entirely new approaches, but rather through adapting and optimizing existing ones. Now, let's talk about the amazing things transformer models can do. Their ability to understand context and relationships makes them incredibly versatile. We've already mentioned chatbots and machine translation, but the applications extend far beyond that. They're being used in genomics to analyze DNA faster and more thoroughly, which could lead to breakthroughs in medicine. They help researchers develop new drugs more quickly. They're used in finance to stop fraud. Vision transformers are revolutionizing computer vision tasks, enhancing image recognition and object detection. Really, just about any field that deals with sequence data can benefit immensely from transformer models. Think about understanding customer reviews, predicting. The possibilities are virtually limitless, and we're only beginning to realize their full potential. I'm truly excited for what comes next, and I encourage you guys to continue to explore these emerging areas. Next, we'll shift focus to a few specific examples of how these models are used, moving from general applications to specific industries. Stay tuned. Let's delve deeper into one exciting application area, namely genomics. Transformer models are transforming how we study DNA and RNA. Their ability to handle long sequences and recognize patterns is proving invaluable. For instance, models are being used to predict protein structure from DNA sequences, which is essential for drug discovery and understanding of diseases. We saw an example previously in which a model was trained to predict transcription factor binding sites in DNA, as well as predict gene expression and RNA splicing mechanisms. These tools offer a powerful new way to interpret complex genetic data from a variety of species and data modalities. They can do things like discover novel drug targets, design better genes for therapeutics and agricultural enhancement, personalize treatment, and ultimately accelerate progress toward solving some of the most challenging questions in biology. The development of foundational models, like AlphaFold 2 by DeepMind, that can be trained on massive genomic datasets, have further opened doors for other tools that can build on top of these models for specific tasks. Research in this area is progressing rapidly, and it's truly amazing to witness the potential benefits from better disease diagnosis and treatment to the ability to develop new forms of therapeutics. Next, we'll explore other amazing areas and applications. Now, let's move on to another amazing area where transformer models are making a significant impact: drug discovery. The process of finding new medicines often involves exploring massive chemical spaces, analyzing protein structures, and predicting drug efficacy, all extremely computationally expensive tasks. Transformer models are revolutionizing this field by helping researchers to identify potential drug candidates more efficiently predict which molecules will bind well to a target protein, as well as predict the most promising results of any new drug. For instance, methods like Casanova use transformer models to perform de novo peptide sequencing, something that is helping researchers to identify the protein sequences that present an antigen to immune cells, which can greatly advance our understanding of the molecules that trigger and drive an immune response. This technology can ultimately lead to far more efficient design of vaccines and even completely novel forms of therapeutics. Similarly, other models are designed for tasks like identifying the most probable candidates from different chemical properties, improving the speed of screening, boosting efficiency, and lowering cost across several steps in the process, which all have a high impact on the overall speed with which novel candidates for drugs are identified. As this field continues to advance, you can probably expect enormous improvements to our capacity to identify and design more effective and safer drugs. Let's switch gears to another area. The power of transformer models really extends to many other areas across diverse sectors. In finance, these models are used to detect fraudulent transactions by identifying unusual patterns which can be used to assess risks for specific activities. In natural language processing, they're used to create highly accurate chatbots, translate languages in real time, and analyze large bodies of text to understand sentiment and extract key information. This is done by transforming text into numerical embeddings that efficiently capture words, sentences, or even entire paragraphs and the relations between them. In computer vision, vision transformers are improving image recognition, object detection, and image generation. They efficiently handle images by treating pixels as sequences. Those are just a few of the countless applications of transformer models, and this is an area you probably can expect to see massive improvements and developments happening in the coming years. In the next section, we'll wrap up this discussion and then provide a call to action. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the amazing world of transformer models. We've covered their foundational architecture, we've explored their remarkable versatility, from revolutionizing language processing to powering cutting-edge genomics research, drug discovery, and computer vision. The impact of transformers on AI is undeniable, and we've only begun to scratch the surface of their potential. The developments made in this field are amazing, and the models being released are becoming more and more powerful year over year. And with increasingly easier access, you guys can get into this field and participate easily. I'm incredibly excited about the future of this technology, and I hope this video has given you a better understanding of its significance. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and encourage you also to continue to learn more about this exciting field. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Please also leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, questions, or suggestions, and let's continue our collective discovery of the wonders of AI. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.